Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm doing well today. Thank you.
Good, good. So, how do we start? Let me see. You are married
Yes.
with, for how long?
Oh, it'll be 35 years this year.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks.
Oh, my God. What year is that? 89?
90.
Oh, 90. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. You're 2 years behind behind Dave and I.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have how many kids?
Two,
Two kids.
boy and a girl.
And they're adult growing up.
Yes, 30 and 31 are two. Yeah, I guess he turned 32.
Okay.
Mhm.
Fun.
Yes.
Fun. And you're a grandma.
I am. Little grandbaby, and he's going to be two
Nice.
next month. Yeah,
They're pretty awesome.
they are. You know about that too.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Not quite as a pro as you. You have
Oh.
one more year on me.
Right. Yeah.
So
Lots of
one,
fun.
yeah, they are. They're a lot of fun. So tell me your story. What do you want to share with us today?
Okay. I want to share about how to live with chronic pain and have some kind of quality of life. Because when you have chronic pain, it can rob you of a lot of quality of life because it can be all consuming. And it's with you every day. It's like your constant companion. So I have, through my journey, learned ways that have really helped me have a better quality of life.
Great. Okay. So when did the chronic pain start? Was there a certain thing that happened, or were you just always born with it? Like,
No.
walk me through that.
So what I have is peripheral neuropathy.
Okay.
So that means that there has been damage to the peripheral nerves. And so the nerves don't send the right signal to the brain. So you have pain, and it's in different, like usually your extremities. So hands and feet, and I have it in my knees as well.
Right.
And so I was only diagnosed with that about 3 years ago. But the symptoms of that started way before. So I started having, I used to be a vocational counselor. So I would be at my desk seeing clients all day on a computer. And I started to notice that I was having this, like pins and needles running up and down my legs and my arms. And it was kind of subtle at the beginning. And, but then eventually it got to the place where I couldn't focus on my clients because this was just going on all the time. So I took a 2-year leave, and I came back. I started, with gradual return to work. I worked up to being half days, and but it was just there again. During the 2-year period of being off, I went to the pool. I did a lot of therapeutic stuff in the pool. I did lots of walking, and I found that it was way less. I'm not going to say it was gone, but it was in the back.
You could manage it.
Yeah, I could manage it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when I first started having symptoms. And then over kind of a 10-year period, it was hard to sort of tell where things were with it, though, because I was going through menopause at the same time, and that was just horrific.
Yeah.
But in that 10 years, it started increasing and got to the point where I was having pain. So
So it wasn't a tingling sensation anymore.
No,
it was like a real physical, like a
yeah.
constant pain or like a throbbing pain.
Yeah, it was like it's all like it can be shooting pain, it can be numbness, it can be like I describe it as kind of like a really deep pain in your, like at your very core.
Right.
That's kind of how it is at this point.
Right.
But I was still able, over that 10-year period, I was still able to do, you know, most of the things that I've done. I was able to be active and, you know, get out and do hiking and you know, play a little bit of tennis and, you know, still be really active in my mind. So yeah, so that was probably about 5 years ago. I went to my doctor and I said, something's going on here. I need to find out what's happening. So, you know, I had the nerve conduction tests and I went to see a neurologist, and they kept saying, oh, you don't have peripheral neuropathy. Because when you test for peripheral neuropathy, it's with an instrument that tests your large nerves.
Oh, okay.
And so it's my small nerves that are affected.
Oh, interesting.
And there's no test like that for that.
So that's not common then, to have the small nerves affected.
Not as common.
Not as common.
And they don't know the source. Like they don't know what caused it.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a lot of different causes of peripheral neuropathy. Like the top one is diabetes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And are you diabetic?
No.
Okay.
So you can go down a big laundry list. You know,
Yeah.
there's alcoholism, there's vitamin deficiency, excuse me. And there's a whole bunch of things. There is a hereditary component that could possibly be because my father had it, but he got it later in life and he was diagnosed with diabetes.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only thing that, you know, maybe, but there is 10% of the population who have it that they don't know the cause.
Right.
So I could.
And you fit in that 10%.
Kind of, yeah.
Which is frustrating.
Well,
some ways. At first it must have been frustrating because
I didn't really know what was happening. I didn't know what it was, and then they ran other tests too. They ran like autoimmune, tested me for autoimmune, tested me for MS, just trying to find out the cause.
Right.
But none of that came up with anything. So I'm grateful for that.
Right.
So anyway, my doctor put me on one of the common medication for peripheral neuropathy, which is gabapentin, which is a pretty strong drug. And what happens is you get fatigued and really drowsy.
Okay.
Depending on how much you are on.
Right.
So on the medication, not only kind of dulls the pain, so I knew I had to figure out ways that I was going to be able to manage the chronic pain and have some quality of life, right?
Yeah.
Because when you have chronic pain, it can take you to a dark place.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody that deals with that. And actually, I looked it up, 8 million people in Canada have chronic pain.
Wow. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Deal with chronic pain every day.
Every day. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a lot of people.
I know. Yeah, I was really surprised at that.
Huh.
Yeah.
And there's no cure?
No, if it's chronic.
There's no cure?
No. And with my condition, it's progressive. And I've seen that over the years, in these last few years especially, it has changed, like in its intensity and in its how it impacts. Like my hands have gotten quite impacted, and what happens is the the nerves, the small nerves, start malfunctioning. And so then you get a tightening of your muscles. And that's what I've really noticed, is that along with the pain. So like I can't, my hands have tightened up.
Okay.
So they
Kind of like arthritis, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit like that. Yeah, and then they have the pain in them as
Right.
well. So yeah, so that's kind of what.
So that's what you've lived with for. That's what you've lived with for a long time now.
Yeah, for I mean, yeah, I guess I would have to count the period when I first started having symptoms at work.
Right.
But it wasn't painful then.
Right.
Yeah, the pain has just been coming on slowly, and but I've had to increase the gabapentin
Okay.
to be able to help manage that.
Right.
But medication isn't everything.
Right.
You know, it's a you know, it's part of your toolbox.
Right.
Of things that can help you stay out of that dark place.
Right. Yeah, because I imagine it would affect you mentally, emotionally as well, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't just affect you; it affects the people around you too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, without the unconditional love of my Heavenly Father, as well as my incredible husband, I wouldn't be in this place.
In this place, what?
In the place that I am in terms of how I can have a positive outlook.
Right. Okay.
Right? Because that kind of, you know, from that, I've gotten, you know, incredible strength. I'm a resilient. I can find joy in each day, and just know that I'm loved no matter what.
Right.
And lots of grace.
For yourself or for others?
Well, I have been given grace.
Okay.
So yes, I'm able to give grace to others.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, tell me what else you did, because I know you went to the States to do some. So what was that?
So I guess I was trying to find a solution to what I have. Like I thought, okay, well, our traditional medical system is about prescribing medication, but I look and I do a lot of research to see the latest treatments, the latest medication, whatever might help.
Right.
So I did see my first kind of foray into that was in Mexico, and I saw a neurologist there, and he kind of was he had an untraditional way, and he offered his treatment, which was a concoction of things that I got intravenously.
Oh.
And it did really make a difference when I was able to have those. I was in Mexico for 2 weeks, so I had several treatments over 2 weeks, and I was feeling really quite good. But unfortunately, I didn't live in Mexico.
Right.
And so he said, I can give it to you in some pill form. So he gave me like all these little containers of all this stuff, right? And so I did it for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I didn't find any difference.
Oh, interesting. So the intravenous worked, but not the pills. Yeah, which makes sense because it's going directly into your
system.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, that's really not a solution. That's not going to give me any kind of lasting effect.
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
No, it's not sustainable. So then I did research further, and I found this treatment offered through a chiropractor, and it's called calmare therapy. And what it does is it scrambles the message that your nerves are sending to your brain. And so I thought, okay. And apparently they've had good success. I read testimonies and did the research. And so I found the closest one was in LA. So my husband, again, being the supportive partner that he has been, he said, okay, let's go and try it out. So that was just for 2 weeks of treatment. That was every day. And that it was pretty costly to do that. And again, I had some good results while I was there.
Right.
But of course,
You come home.
when I come home, it kind of gradually returned to.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think if you're local and you can have the treatments regularly,
Yeah.
then that can help.
Right.
But not sustainable.
Right.
So, yeah, so there's nothing that I've come across that is going to cure me.
Right.
Or even allow me, excuse me, my allergies are bad, allow me to get off prescription medication.
Okay.
So then that comes back to what can I do
Right.
that can help, sustain me,
Right.
emotionally and mentally. Because if you're in a good place emotionally and mentally, you can manage the physical stuff. Right?
Okay. Yeah. So, what do you do then to help yourself stay in a positive? I imagine not every day is sunshine and roses.
No. And what I have done to help me may not be helpful to others, but I want to talk about what I have done, and whoever hears this can take with them whatever works for them, right?
Yeah, we're all very individual, and what works for one isn't going to work for another, but unless we share our story, you don't know what could be out there that you haven't tried yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the first thing that I did after I kind of dealt with, like, okay, this isn't going to go away, I have to live with this.
Right.
So once I realized that, I grieved.
Yeah.
I grieved the loss because, there was a loss for me individually, and then there was a loss for my husband and I.
Right. So what kind of, if you're willing to share, like what were you losing? Like you mentioned hiking before, so.
Right. Well, I'm losing definitely my physical ability.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's been impacted. And even like, I had to retire. I was 51 when I retired.
Right.
I didn't want to retire that early.
Right.
So that was a big loss. My ability to be productive in the workforce.
Right.
Some relationships, like people don't always understand when you're like, no, I can't do that. I'm really tired.
Yeah.
So those kinds of things. And then just my husband and I like traveling.
Right.
I love traveling. But can I do like a long overseas trip?
Can't sit on the plane for 9 hours.
No. It's so that has been really impactful.
What if you travel first class and lay?
Oh, I'd love that. If somebody else would pay for that, that would be awesome.
Right, then you could do it.
I would do it. Yeah, that would be great. Oh yeah, no. So those are, and then just in terms of personally, it changes how you can be together.
So that changes your relationship with your husband.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, just in the things that we can do together.
Right. You have to relearn how to connect.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are major losses.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so you allowed yourself to grieve.
Yeah.
And when you grieve, like I understand grief to be a process that is not linear, like it comes and goes. So I imagine that took a while to process that grief.
Definitely. Right? That took a while.
Yeah.
And then to come to that place of like acceptance of that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very difficult.
Yeah. No, that, yeah, so that, it definitely was a process.
Yeah.
The other thing that I did was kind of rid myself of toxic or negative people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard dealing with chronic pain. And if you're around people that, you know, say are critical and complain and are negative and kind of suck the life out of you, I just didn't have time for that. I couldn't deal with that, right? Yeah. So I kind of was like, okay, I have to let that go.
Okay, separating yourself from toxic people. I think we should all do that in our lives.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
Especially when you're dealing with a lot of pain. You just don't have the mental capacity to deal with somebody else's stuff, right?
You don't. You really don't. And then, let's see, I kind of had it in order in my brain, but another thing is to find your community.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Like connect. There are lots of resources out there. Like there's an online chronic pain group. They do like different workshops and things like that. And find other people that may be dealing with something like that you can spend time with. Or people that give you life, that are supportive and understanding.
Right.
You know, surround yourself with those people.
Do you remember what the website is?
Oh, if you looked up chronic pain, it would come up.
It would come up. Okay.
Yeah. Self-care.
Right.
Practice good self-care. Because I think a lot of times, women especially, we're the caregivers. Right. And we often put ourselves last as an afterthought. But when you're dealing with chronic pain, being kind to yourself, being compassionate to yourself. So, you know, doing those things, like taking the time to, have yourself a nice bubble bath, book yourself a massage, you know, go to something that you enjoy but have never taken the time to do. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. So you said massage. Now I'm surprised massage helps with chronic pain. Is there a certain type of massage or just a regular massage?
Yeah, I mean,
they can go as deep.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Yeah, it can be just like a rub or whatever you can manage. Yeah, just something nice for yourself. It doesn't have to be a massage, but I just, I can still have massages.
Okay.
Let's see, the other thing that I've done that has proven really helpful is walk in nature. Spend time in nature. Whether it's your forest or your mountain or you're by the water, whatever it is, that has been really therapeutic. Really therapeutic. And if you can't, some people aren't mobile. If you can't get out into nature, bring nature in. Right. There's so many amazing plants and flowers and succulents and whatever you can. It really can brighten things. Yeah. And can be really, as I say, therapeutic.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you use any light therapy or anything? Have you tried light therapy?
No. I think light therapy can be good for people that do struggle with like depression. Yeah. For me, I have been in a place where I've been really down.
Right.
But I have never been that clinical depressed.
Oh, okay.
Which, when you have chronic pain, you can easily become.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, light therapy can work. It can be used as well. I just haven't used it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing is exercise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though you have chronic pain, find something that you can do.
Right.
For me, I can still walk,
mm-hmm.
and I can do yoga.
Okay.
I find yoga has been really good.
Yeah.
The stretching yoga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my muscles tighten up.
Right.
So that can be really good. But if you're not mobile,
yeah,
you can do chair yoga.
Right.
Like my mom, who's 85, she does chair yoga.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so there are things that you can do to exercise, even if you can't get out.
Right.
So that is really important, not just physically, but mentally, because it releases the serotonin and the, what's the other one?
Cortisol?
No. Cortisone? No. Serotonin, and there's another one I just can't remember right now.
Okay.
Anyway, it releases, when we exercise, it releases those.
Yes.
And those are the feel good hormones.
Right.
So, exercise is really big for me.
Yeah.
The other thing, I had 10 of them.
Wow.
Focus on what you can do, not what you can't.
Right.
You know, because it's really easy to go to that place of, it's that lost place, right? And that's the grieving. You got to grieve the losses of those things.
Right.
It's really easy to, I can't do that anymore. Oh, I used to do that. So focus on, okay, what can you do? I mean, maybe you can even try something new that you've wanted to try and never done it. Give the focus on what you can do.
Right.
Because, even though you're in chronic pain, you can still do things.
Right.
Practice gratitude.
Right.
Practice gratitude every day, because we can find something that we can be grateful for every day, right?
Yeah.
It can be as simple as, that bird out on your windowsill.
Right.
Right? Or watching your grandchildren play.
Right.
So, and to just practice that, again, that can take the focus, away from yourself.
Right.
And that's a really big thing.
Yeah.
To take the focus off of yourself and do things that you are giving back.
Right.
So, like for me, I volunteer.
Okay.
So it helps me to help others.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You may not be able to get out and volunteer.
Right.
But how can you take the focus off of yourself? And even things like get a good book.
Mm-hmm.
And that can take you away from your pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Or have a phone conversation. If you can't get out, have a phone conversation with someone.
Right.
Or again, learn something new. Maybe there's something you can learn through online.
Right.
These are kind of things that, regardless of whether you still have mobility or not, you can still take it off of yourself and put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right? Because again, it's easy to get in that place where it's all about you and your pain and what you're going through. And that doesn't help you, and it doesn't help the people around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Because, as I say, it's not just affecting you, it's affecting everyone that, is in your sphere.
Right.
So yeah, if you can take that focus off of yourself. I mean, obviously you can't do that every day.
No.
Some days you're in bed.
Right.
And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And what another thing that I do find really helpful is prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Spending that time, and again, that's taking the focus off of you.
Right.
It can be for other people that don't practice that. It can be meditation.
Right.
Just sitting quietly and emptying your mind.
Yeah.
That kind of practice.
Deep breathing.
Yeah, deep breathing. Yeah, that's those things I find really impactful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one day at a time.
Right.
One day at a time. Living in the moment.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking, what's happening tomorrow, and trying to think down the road. Just be present and in that moment.
Mm-hmm. That's a big discipline.
It is.
I've heard it said that looking to the future causes anxiety. Looking in our past causes depression.
Right. So what's left?
What's left? The moment.
The moment. Yeah. And yeah, when you have chronic pain, it's like you have to take those moments.
Yeah.
Right? Because, it's hard to look into the future.
Yeah. 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 And it can be overwhelming if you look. Right?
Yes. Yeah, totally. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And the last thing that has been really helpful for me is to be around others.
Mm.
Because when you have chronic pain, you can easily isolate yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So being around others, even if it's, a short time, but that is really important.
Yeah.
Mentally and emotionally, for sure. And the support that you can get from others too, right? Yeah,
when you find the right community, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just an online community, as beneficial as that is when we're, homebound or whatever, but being with real live people.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's been really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, isolation is really, it's a dangerous place to be.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I think the computer, the media social media has isolated people.
Definitely made it easier.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely pros. I mean, you meet people that you wouldn't have met.
Yes, true.
But there has to be a balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't spend all your time behind the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just not. We're social creatures.
Yes, we are. We're social beings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're meant to live in community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So those are the things that I practice that have really gone beyond what medication can do.
Right. Yeah.
And really made a difference for me in coping with my chronic pain.
Yeah. Well, those are good. I think everybody, each of us can practice all of those things to live a better and healthier mental state in our lives and stuff. But it's even more important when you're dealing with a constant reminder that you're not whole, I guess, if right, like whatever that means. We all have our stuff.
Yeah.
But when your body is constantly working against you, trying to almost drag you to a place where you don't want to be. Like it takes a lot of conservative effort, and I would imagine even more so, just to not get sucked into that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it can be really easy to go down that dark hole.
Yeah.
Because you start questioning your worth.
Right.
Why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
Of what use can I be?
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those are very, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are hard, good questions.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what you have to redefine your purpose, right? Like when you couldn't work anymore and your kids are grown.
Yeah.
And before the grandbaby came, you're sitting in that place, like, do I even have a purpose in this life?
Exactly.
So how do you find that again, right? And so have you found through all your self-care practices and your meditation and prayer, and like, how do you, I guess, give back? You said you volunteer, so that's your way of giving back, obviously.
And pouring into my grandson's life,
right,
and trying to share God's love, that people would see His love through me,
right,
and being around people that family members that don't know Him, haven't accepted Him. That's given me a lot of purpose.
Right.
That I can do. I can still. He can still use me.
Right. Yeah.
Even in my broken state.
Right. In your limited state.
Limited. Yeah.
Not broken.
Well, we're all broken.
Well, yeah, that's true. On a deeper level, yes, we're all broken, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So he and I've found peace through him.
Right.
And that's something that's hard when you have chronic pain.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Because your body doesn't give you peace.
Right.
So you have to find it in your mind and your soul.
Oh, that's big. That's big. Like how, all those things that you've said, right? On how to find that inner peace.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and joy.
Yeah.
And how do you even come to a place of joy amidst to the, with the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Amazing.
It takes work.
Yeah.
Discipline.
How long do you think it took you to get to that place? Like from the time your symptoms started and it was confusing and you're trying to figure it all out to now when you're in this peaceful, most of the time peaceful state. Like how many years has that been? Like 10, 15 years? Yeah.
I would say.
So it is. And so it's not like it just all of a sudden
you do this,
and
do
then
all these things, and then it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
No, sadly, no.
No,
unfortunately, I mean, maybe for some people they'll choose a couple of things.
Yeah.
And that can make a huge difference, because I think, for example, we find it hard to accept where we're at, like we're in chronic pain, to accept that, and to let go, release the things that we can no longer do, and come to that place of acceptance. That takes time.
Yeah. The expectation versus reality.
Yes.
Right? What can I really accept? But maybe my expectations are of what I used to be like, but now this is my new reality. So how do I accept that new reality and be able to live joyfully in that? That is definitely a process that does not happen overnight.
No.
Generally speaking, I don't know anybody that.
Yeah, I think in terms of, if we end up with some kind of thing that we have to deal with, physically, mentally,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. For it doesn't have to be chronic pain.
Right.
It takes time to accept. And especially like in my situation, there's no cure.
Right.
It's progressive.
Yeah.
So I don't know, from one day to the next almost, where I'm going to be.
Right.
Because I can go to bed one night feeling a certain way, and I can wake up the next day and it's changed. So that's a challenge.
Yeah.
I just have to go back to all the things that I've been practicing.
Right.
And go, okay, this is what it is today.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
All of the things that I practice are all choices.
Right. Yeah.
What isn't a choice is my chronic pain.
Right.
But how I face it is my choice.
Is your choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's a definite blessing that you have a husband who walks alongside with you, right? Like just having somebody.
Much so.
So what would you say to somebody that doesn't have that person, that if they are alone and
find that community,
find that person or those people?
Yeah. Yeah. And that again, you have to get out of yourself.
Right.
And make that effort. But the payoff is well worth it.
Right. Yeah.
And it is possible.
Yeah.
It is possible, but you have to make that choice.
Right. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
And what about if somebody say we have a friend that's really struggling mentally or with chronic pain or whatever, like, and this is probably going to be an impossible question to answer, but because we're also individual, but how would you reach out to that person, a friend of yours, say that would be struggling? Like, what would be something that you would want from a friend to come and walk alongside you? Like, what would that look like for you, maybe?
Just asking how I'm doing. How are you doing today? An open question in regards to where am I at? What's happening for you today? Just showing that kind of care.
Right. Not trying to give you answers or...
No, it's not usually helpful. When people say, oh, well, you could just do this or do that, or have you done this? But just showing that care, of asking how I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah. And, then if they're genuinely interested.
Right.
Because, a lot of times people just say, oh, how are you today?
Right.
They don't really want to know.
No. No, it's more of a greeting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But I appreciate when somebody really is like, how are you today? What's happening for you today?
Yeah.
And showing that genuine interest.
Right.
Yeah.
And are there a point, I guess, like people would need more help than that, I guess, when you get to a certain point, right? In the pain, and you're not, like, you still have the mobility to, like, to cook meals or to, go to the store and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you were past that point,
right,
then you need a lot more practical help.
Oh, for sure.
But then how would you like people to approach that subject with you? Like, what would you think? Like, if you ever came to that place, how would you prefer people to approach that?
I would be assuming that you already have a relationship established with those supportive friends.
Okay.
Or family members. And, then they would kind of be able to tell where you're at because you've had that ongoing relationship.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So.
Or maybe even you would be so afraid to ask if you had that relationship already, right?
So that, yeah. So establishing those relationships is really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining that establishing the relationship before all of it goes would be beneficial. But I mean, if you don't have that, then a healthy relationship is welcomed anytime.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else that came to your mind that you think would be helpful that you want to share?
I mean, like, know that you aren't alone. I mean, there's 8 million people that share in what you have. And there are resources available. There are, you know, groups that you can connect to, and give yourself grace,
Right.
and compassion, because it can get hard, because you can feel guilty,
Right.
because you can't give in the way that you used to give.
Right.
So that compassion for you and for others, and the grace. Yeah, and like I said, connecting with others, and just taking one day at a time.
Right. I just, something you just quickly, it's not a quick thing, but letting go of the guilt. Like that's another huge,
that is
a huge thing to overcome, right? Is not to feel guilty.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's especially if you have a partner,
right,
who's by your side. You, like, my husband's forgiveness has been huge,
right?
Because you know, I haven't always been the nicest to be around, and so yeah, he's had a hard time, but he has stood in there, and forgiven me for, you know, what I have said or done,
right?
But then you have to forgive yourself, for those things. That's the guilt. So getting to that place, and for me, it's God that's helped me with that.
Right.
So
perfect.
Awesome. So I hope that people can take away something from
I'm sure they will.
that might be helpful for them.
I'm sure they will. Thank you so much, Brenda, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad you were able to be here and to share your story. So thank you again for listening. This has been Maureen Flores with Love Louder, and today we've been talking to Brenda about chronic pain and how to live with it and in it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.